And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you very much for joining me once again. We talked in a previous lesson about breathing. We talked about diaphragms in the muscle in our stomachs. We talked about lungs. We talked about blowing. That was a previous lesson. Since then, we've done a few notes. What I would like to do now is let's expand on the breathing. You need to be able to take a big breath and deliver that breath for as long as is possible. Now, what does that mean? As long as possible. That means different things to different people. My body is different than your body, which is different to her body, which is different to his body. Everybody's body is different. So the more you practice, like with bodybuilders, they do lots of weights, they lift weights and they go, huh, and pretty soon they've got these massive muscles. It's the same thing with lungs. It's the same thing with music. It's the same thing with playing your saxophone. So with your lungs, when you take big breaths and you play your sax, and then you take another big breath and you play your sax some more, your lungs get more and more used to it and you get fitter. It's exactly like bodybuilding, exactly like going for a run. You run today, you run down to the mailbox at the end of your driveway and you're exhausted. Tomorrow you do it again, you're not as exhausted. The next day you run to the end of the street and you can get further and further. Same thing here. So what I would like you to practice, please, with this lesson, we are going to take a big breath, blow a note for as long as we can, and then we'll stop and then we'll do it again. Okay? So firstly, what we will do is we will blow a G. So 3 fingers, 1, 2, 3 with a G. We will blow a G for a count of 5. All right? I will blow a G. I will use my other hand to count to 5, but I want you to have your hands in the right position. Okay? So like this. Ready? Big breath. And go. Excellent, well done. That was fairly easy. Let's try that again. Big breath. Fantastic. Let's try that again. Still with the G, but let's go to 7. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Ready? And breath. Good. Let's try that again. Let's go to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready? Good. How are you feeling? If you're feeling a little bit woozy, okay, well, we'll just stop and I'll just talk. And if I'm feeling woozy and fall over, I'll apologize. But I don't think I will because I'm a little bit used to this concept. All right? So I want you to practice over the coming days and even the coming weeks. Every day, I want you to take a big breath, pick a note, any note. There's many of them on the saxophone. Take a big breath and hold it for as long as you can. Now, this time, let's try an A. We will blow an A for a count of 10. All right? 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See how we go. Ready? Big breath. Hold the A fingering 2 notes. Here we go. How'd you go? Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, A. Fantastic. Now we'll push it. Let's try 15. Are you ready? Let's try a count of 15. Let's try back to our G. 3 fingers on a G. We're going to count to 15. Blow for 15. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. How'd you go? So what I want you to do, I'm sure you did really well. 15's probably starting to be a challenge. Between 10 and maybe a little bit more, 15's probably a challenge, okay? I understand that. I understand completely. No problem. It is no problem if you can only get to 5, okay? But if you can, every day, I want you to play your saxophone, big breath, push from your diaphragm, empty your lungs, blow it for as long as you can. Maybe if it helps, if you tap your foot, okay? Tap or count in your head, whatever. Let's do 15 one more time. We'll count to 15. Play a G. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. And if you can get to 20, go for it. If you can get to 25, go for it. If you can get to 30, you're a complete freak. And make sure that you've got your hospital on speed dial, because quite possibly if you get to 30, you will fall over and do yourself an injury. So don't go to 30. But if you can go more than 15, that would be really good. And maybe only if you're feeling dizzy, stop. Okay, so only need to do it a couple of times. Big breath. Blow, count to 10, stop, have another breath or two, big breath, blow, count to 15, stop, do it again, or maybe 12, or maybe 13, or maybe it's 10, whatever's good for you. Big breath, long notes, a couple of times every day, rock and roll. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next lesson. Thank you.